Alright, welcome to the game. To tonight's game. We'll be rolling up some new characters. I
Yep.
think. At least for Squig.
I'm fucking
Silver, are you planning to roll up a new one, or what's going on with your magic user? Once he's retired, I mean, he can do some magical research in his retirement, but once you retire a character, they're typically out of the game. So,
Yeah. Um, I wanted to copy the other. Uh, you said that one spell was copied over, right?
mm-hmm. Do you wish to bring him out of retirement at this point?
No, I want him to copy the other spell over as well. So I want the detect magic to go into the other book as well.
Alright, do keep in mind every spell has weight to it. So the more spells you have in your inventory, the more weight you're carrying. Each spell weighs something, right?
Yeah, he is not going anywhere in a hurry anyway.
I'm going to roll to see if the spell research was a bust or not. There's an
Okay.
85% chance of failure.
Oh no.
Can he clutch? Can he
At
come in
higher
clutch?
levels, it would reduce the rate of failure, but
Can you
you're
repeat?
only level 1. At higher levels, I would reduce the rate of failure, naturally, but you're only level 1, so there's no
What's
reduction.
so? What's the rate of failure now?
It's at the highest it
85%.
can be.
85.
So there's a
85%
minimum.
chance of failure.
There's a
Yes.
minimum of
Yeah.
15% chance. That's if you were to, perhaps take more investments or like have an assistant, right? When you have things to reduce the rate of failure, then of course it will go down. But otherwise it starts at the max rate of failure, which is going to be of course 85% chance. Or there's a minimum of 15% chance that it will fail, minimum. So typically it's going to be at around, there's only the max failure is 100% chance of failure. But as long as you're of adequate level, I would say, and you do the basics, and there's nothing hindering you, there's going to be a 50% chance of success as well. So that's what we're checking right now. A chance of success of 15%, which is the basics. All he did was study for a week, copy a spell over for a week, and he has a source material, which is another spell book. But he's trying to duplicate a spell effect. He's trying to create another magic item.
So let me get
I'm
this
trying to
straight.
recreate my spell into a spell book that I got from somebody else.
Right, and that's supposedly magic too then. So
So,
he's
so I
creating
just
another
want to be
magic item.
clear. There's a 15% chance of success.
Mm-hmm. All he had to
Wow,
pay was 1 week and 5 silvers. That's the cost he paid.
and a 15% chance of success. 1-5.
Yes. Yes.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
That's him making a magic item at level 1. So,
Oh, wait. So, as a level 1 person, I can make magic items.
you can try certain ones, like
Oh,
spell
it'll just
scrolls
be
and
like
spell books.
it'll just be like shit then.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh! Ow! Ow! Fuck!
Alright,
Fuck! Ow!
you passed. It's 11.
Are you good, Silver?
Uh, I have a hyper strong magnet on my fucking finger. Ah,
You did
that
what?
is gonna bruise over.
So,
You
Idle,
dropped.
he was doing something you can not normally do at level 1, right? He's creating another magic item. So I counted it as spell research. And as a level 1 character, he would have. Typically, it'd be 100% chance of failure. Because he can't naturally do it until level 9. So.
Thank you
I'm
very
gonna give
much
him a
for
50%
allowing me to
chance
do
of
it then.
success.
So you're saying he has read magic, and he used it to read a scroll, and he's transcribing the scroll into a spell book, and
No,
there's
I'm
only a
trying
he
to
had read
just
magic. He captured a spellbook, and the spellbook already had spells in it. He's trying to duplicate the effect into another spellbook.
okay.
So he's doing a copy spellbook pretty much.
Does he have
Right.
read magic?
He
yes,
does.
that's a minimum requirement to even attempt to do this.
Ooh. So he's
Wow.
just like copying something over?
Yes,
Well, he's creating a magic item in essence as well. It's not simply copying runes.
Ooh, what if don't you have just like a feather and quill? Can't you just like write it down?
He does that.
it's
He needs that. That's a base
it's
requirement.
magical ink
But
essentially.
he's also
I'm
enchanting
imbuing
it.
magic into the
Oh,
ink.
but he's also like imbuing the powers,
Yeah,
right?
Something like that. He's making it magical. So, in old school D&D, they use, you know, okay, Van, Vankian, something magic, right? Basically, all of these magic powers, there's like something behind it, of course, but it's just really runes or incantations that you study. A spellbook is different from a scroll. A scroll is one page of runes you might read, um, and then as you read it, the runes disappear off the page, and then you're able to cast or invoke magic, right? You're able to cast a spell. The idea behind a spell book is that it takes hours to memorize a spell. The idea is you're reading through an entire spell book, instruction, trying to invoke some magical source, and it's kind of like loading a gun. It's when you're memorizing these spells, it's like you're loading the gun. And as soon as you cast it, you kind of finish the incantation. You speak the final kind of words to the spell, and you cast the spell. It disappears from your memory, and you're able to use that spell. So that's kind of the idea behind it, your spells. And so that spellbook though has instruction, of course, that he remade pretty much from scratch. It has some instruction on how to memorize a spell to the point where you can cast it, right? So he's uh, typically, of course, it would cost a lot more, right? But and he wouldn't normally be able to do this. But we allow it that he can, cause in our game, right? Um, yeah, a spellbook is again different from a scroll. The scroll itself you can use at any level. Once you speak the runes, you can cast a spell. But a spellbook, you only can use it if you can read it naturally. So he can read it, and then he's basically just making a brand new one, right? And there's always a cost that you have to pay to like pay for components or ingredients or whatever kind of research or laboratory or materials you'll need to create the spell. In this case, that 5 silvers probably went toward maybe ink, um, maybe it went
special
toward
magic influent ink.
maybe,
Okay.
right? Uh, so there's a lot of factors that go into it, but that's just the bare minimum payment he made to, of course, transfer the information over.
So what spell did he get?
He
Read
just
magic.
copied a spell over, so
I copied
that's
read
essentially what he
magic
did.
over into a book, another
He
book.
copied read magic into a different book.
Uh,
Wait, he already had to
don't
have
you
read magic to try to copy it, right?
yeah, don't you need remagic
I
to
am
copy?
copying from my original book into the new book.
What?
I am
Yeah.
copying from my original book into the new book.
Hold on,
That's
no.
weird.
But don't you
In
need
the rules, when you were to recreate your own spellbook, it costs about 1,000 silver pieces, right? To make another copy of your own spellbook, and it takes a long time as well. One
Why
week
would
per
you do
spellbook.
that though?
He just wanted to. He wanted to have two of the same spell in separate books. Maybe in case he loses one. So that was
Okay.
his choice. He decided to do this. So, of course, because he already had the spellbook on him, what I did was I reduced the price by half. So he only had to pay, instead of 10 silvers, he paid 5, and he spent a week of doing it. So that was the
Okay.
cost.
that's
So
kind of confusing, but just move on.
So what's the next spell he's doing?
he just finished copying read magic, right? Or that
Yes.
was so you're gonna attempt another. You're gonna attempt to do this again.
Yes, another time for detect magic.
Okay. I think the main reason behind this is so that he has a spare book in case he loses one. It's
Yeah, kinda, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not exactly certain what his reasoning is behind it, but that's just my guess.
Yeah.
My
Go
think is the fact that
ahead.
my brain is melting because I have not slept in 2 days.
Well, you have an 85% chance of failure.
And I fucking succeeded.
Yeah, but I mean, you're gonna be wasting your time on this shit forever. Uh,
For now, it's only 2 weeks.
yeah, well, you could be earning XP with this character. I'm just saying.
I know.
There are better ways to spend it, but this character is handicapped. You can only have one character at a time. So currently this character's retired, and I told him he can do some research while he's retired, but soon the character's gonna want to do his own thing, right? Because technically, if you want this character to do spell research, you're literally gonna come to the games, tell me you're doing spell research, and you're gonna leave because you only can play one character at a time. So,
Oh wait,
um,
so if I'm saying this, I cannot play my actual character.
uh, we'll give him some time off, but t technically, you're only supposed to be able to play one character at a time, right? So if he's
Oh,
in spell research, he's in spell research period. Typically how it would work is when you're not playing, you would just check in with me. So like the game days you choose not to play, you let me know that you're doing spell research, right? Just remind me you're doing spell research. I'll
okay.
just take a week off, right? And then like someday you'll come back to play again. Um,
Okay. I did. Thank you. I did not. I have misunderstood that.
okay, so uh, but once you retire a character, they're off doing their own things typically, right? So if you want as well, um, when you retire a character, you can have them do spell search. However, if that's the case, if they're not doing it, because typically when you retire a character, they stop adventuring. They don't just do nothing though. They go and get a normal job so they can maintain a lifestyle. They're not making nor losing any money, if that makes sense. They're just maintaining themselves. So if you're a fighter, you would most likely be joining, you know, like the town watch as a guardsman, and if you're a magic user, you would probably be some kind of scholar, or join the church and help provide, medicine as a physician or something, right? If you're a thief, you'll probably go into the markets and become a tradesman, right? Um, if you're a cleric, of course, you would probably be working for the temple then, right? Offer your services to the church. So that's what you care to do when you're not playing. If you want them to take on an activity that is not working, like spell research, then that's when you're gonna have to pay upkeep, right? You're gonna have to pay for the cost of living while they're doing something other than working, right? So if you want him to do spell research and be able to live a life, you need to first afford him accommodation, right? And that way, the idea behind it is you're gonna retire the character, and then you're gonna play a different character, and then when you're ready to play that character again, bring him out of retirement and stop playing your current character. Depending on how long your character was retired, we can work with that number of weeks in which he could have been doing spell research. But typically, if you're going to do a spell research, you want to have a whole lot of money saved up, because spell research or doing any kind of activity other than having your character retire and do whatever he wants will cost money, right? If you want your fighter to build a stronghold in the meantime while you're playing a different character, you're going to have a lot of money saved up so that he can, of course, oversee the construction of a stronghold over the next few weeks, right, or months even, right? So that's how that goes. Like, for example, Idol has a lot of 4th, 5th level characters she hasn't played in a long time. Therefore, they have a lot of like time outside of the game that can be utilized once he wants to discuss bringing them back in. However, bringing a retired character back to the game is something to discuss outside of the games, right? So, because there's probably a lot of discussion, unless you plan to just have them jump into a game. But typically, bringing your character out of retirement during a game is going to waste everyone else's time, right? Because that's something that's one-on-one, right? When you come to the games, it's time to game, right? This is only time for adventures or answering questions, that need to be answered. So, but this is the time to play. So again, retirement is a bit like there's a lot to it. So if she does want to bring out another character, or you bring out another character from retirement, there's a lot of discussion, because we gotta discuss perhaps what they did while they were out of retirement, and most likely they were just taking care of themselves so that they might be ready for another adventure some other time, right? If you have
Okay,
them take on
yeah.
riskier tasks, then they'll probably be dead before they can come back to adventure, right? So,
Okay. Thank you for the information.
mhm. All right. Uh, do you wish to bring him out of retirement? Is what I'm asking this week. Last week he just took like a week off, right? Paid some fees, right, to do spell search or copy the spell over. Do you plan to bring him back this week, or do you plan to leave him in retirement and just start over?
I will leave him in retirement.
All right.
All right, so to clarify, about my character banks some silver for the air or whatever. Does it have to be the exact same class of
It should.
character?
It would only make sense. A lot of people have been trying to argue against it, like, well, this could have happened. I'm like, maybe. So, but technically, it wouldn't make sense, right? They should be of the same trade if they're inheriting their
Okay.
predecessor's place, right? So, fighter would take on his lord's place, right? So,
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I thought it was like if somebody came back, if they brought the body back and you got their equipment, it would
mhm.
make sense for them to be the same class
Right.
because they with the armor. But I thought if you banked the stuff, it would carry over to a different class.
Yeah, if you really want to stretch it, we can discuss it, of course, and if you have a valid reason why it should be this way, whatever, then sure. But like for example, it wouldn't. A lot of people have been trying to like play demi-humans as the heir to a human, right? And it just doesn't make any sense. So demi-humans have no relations until they actually start adventuring and perhaps
Yeah.
interacting with the other humans.
Okay. Well, maybe we can just get started instead.
Hmm. All right, Silver will roll you up a new character. Idle is playing as Eden, and Squig needs a new character.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Silver, your character for this week has a strength of 12, an intelligence of 11, a wisdom of 7, a dexterity of 12, a constitution of 6, a charisma of 10. And Squig, your new
Yeah.
character has a strength of 6,
Strength 6.
an intelligence of 6, a wisdom of 12, a dexterity of 13, a constitution of 8, and a charisma of 4. Alright, based on those scores, Silva, I recommend the class Fighter or Thief to you, maybe even Magic User.
Was that for me or for Silver?
The second set was for you.
Okay.
So for Silver, I recommend Fighter or Magic User, Thief, or Halfling. No, not Halfling. Um, or Elf.
Mm, I'll go with thief.
Alright. You shall be a first of a thief. And for Squig, I recommend Thief or Cleric to you.
I'm gonna go thief.
Alright, good to go. You shall have 1 to 4 hit points each. Sylvia Thief will start with 1, minus 1, minimum of 1 hit point.
So I
You
have
both have
one hit
minus
point,
1s.
okay.
Yes. And Squig, your Thief will begin with 3 minus 1, 2 hit points. Alright, we'll get you guys your equipment. Okay, silver, you'll be starting with 8 pieces of silver. We'll spend 1 on clothes and 2 on a set of lockpicks or key. We'll do the same for Squig's character. You'll be starting with 15 minus 3. Alright,
12.
so we'll get you guys your weapons. Starting with silver, I recommend a missile weapon first. You have 5 pieces of silver, so how would you like to spend it?
Um, I think a short bow.
Alright, and for a melee weapon?
Uh, a dagger.
That will be all your money. Alright, and for Squig, with 12 pieces of silver, which weapons and armor and equipment would you like?
Can I get a longbow?
Mm-hmm. I'll get you a set of arrows as well.
Mm.
How about the melee weapon? You've got 7 left.
How many arrows do I have real fast?
10.
I'll get. Yeah, probably a dagger as well. So that's a dagger as well then.
Mm-hmm.
How much do I have left now?
You have 5.
5.
Mm-hmm.
What's the best armor I can get?
A helmet, shield, or gambeson. Keep in mind you can't backstab with the shield.
Yeah. I'll get a gambeson.
Okay. Do you want a helmet? Wait, you can't afford it.
Yeah.
We've got 3 pieces left. Would you like a container?
Out of curiosity,
Yeah, I'll get the best container I can get. So isn't that a pack actually? Isn't it pack
Yes.
3? Okay.
You
Yeah, I'll
sure
get
you
pack
want a pack? You can get a bag and some tools.
3. No, I'll stick with the pack to be honest.
can you listen with a helmet?
Your
Yeah, you
characters would
can.
typically take the helmet off to listen.
I didn't buy a helmet though.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
fine. You can still hear with the helmet, but you might not be able to hear noises as well with the helmet on.
Basically, listening in through a door for a private
You have a
conversation.
minimum chance of maybe 1 in 6. Let's see. Did I miss a die? Oh, here it is. Okay. Alright. All our prep is almost over. At least for the new ones. Silver, last thing you have to determine is a name, and same with you, Squig.
I'll go with Cleo.
How do you spell it?
Cleo.
Tleo.
Yes.
Cleo. C. Okay.
Like see like a cat.
Oh shit.
Mhm. And then Squeak, how about you?
How about Jagger, as in Mick Jagger?
As in what?
Like just Jagger.
Jagger.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have Cleo and Jagger, the apprentices, joining the party.
A party
This
of
week,
thieves.
we do have a very small party, so you guys are welcome to hire retainers if you wish to spend extra time to do so. But before we do that, of course, we're gonna do Eden's prep. So,
Are we a pack of thieves?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. So, do you guys have any silver left to buy food with?
No.
No.
Because I only
Eden.
have enough silver to buy food. I don't have enough silver to buy stuff to carry it in.
Well, fortunately, Jagger has a pack.
Okay. I'll buy food then. That's less of my silver.
You've
Thank
got
you
three
very
pieces
much.
left. How many days of food? 10 days should be enough for three.
Really? Okay, so I have one silver left.
Well, we've got three right now.
Do I?
That's what I'm tracking, but I'll double check.
Yeah, you're right. I got three. We'll go down to two. So now we have food, and
Buy a pot.
let's just all die. Let's go. Let's just go die.
Eden, buy a pot. It extends the food by about 30%.
He wants me to buy
Dude,
pot. I don't understand.
A cooking pot.
I didn't know
You
that
can make
extended
soup
it
out
by
of it if you've got water,
30%.
and it could potentially extend your food a little more, right?
How much is a pot?
1 silver.
It's heavy though, so someone's gonna have to carry it.
Who's gonna carry it?
I can carry it without even getting encumbered.
Okay, a cooking pot.
Are you gonna carry it with one hand, or do you have a bag to carry it with? Because looks to me you don't have any other way to carry a cooking pot.
I'll carry it in hands.
All right.
And I'll still weigh 19 pounds with my equipment.
Okay, I put down on my equipment that I have pot now.
You're passing it over to someone else, I think.
Yeah.
I'll hand it back after the thing.
Just don't bogart that shit.
Can I use it as a shield?
Helmet.
Definitely can
Oh,
try.
that reminded me of the Let Me Solo Her guy who had uh, for Dark Soul a guy who wears pots and
Yeah, I saw that.
only a pots and two
Hmm.
swords.
All right. In one hand you carry the pot. It's got a string on it, so you can hold it in your hand a little easier. But it's pretty cumbersome to carry around.
Yeah, maybe leave it outside the dungeon.
Okay. In that case, we've got a pot. Let's see. If you want, Cleo, it'd be easy to carry the pot on a stick. You can tie the pot to the end of a stick and carry that over your shoulder. If that makes
I have
sense.
Yeah,
10 coal.
that would be actually a great an improvised bag.
Alright, a
Keeping
pole
all
is
your
nice
stuff in
too.
there.
10-foot pole for 1 silver.
I
That's an
have a
exceptionally
pole.
good wooden pole.
Already,
We don't have silver. Not we don't have any silver at all
Uh,
left.
don't
I
I
already
have?
have a pole.
I'm pretty sure I have one
Yeah,
silver.
but I'm sure you don't want to use your pole for the pot. You're going to use it to perhaps take traps this time.
I don't know. Pole pot is famous.
Full body
It's
frame.
pretty famous, I suppose. As long as you're traveling with it.
We can leave the pot outside the dungeon.
Exactly.
Do you still want a stick though?
What?
Does Cleo still want a stick?
Well, if we're gonna be using the pool, we don't need stick.
Alright. Well, we've got 30 days of food. Thanks to Eden. Just spent a piece of silver for it. Did you mean to purchase anything else? By the way, you have 8 torches, I'll say. Used up 2
Yeah.
from the last adventure.
3 should be enough.
I should be done.
Aren't we
Yeah, I
in
think
mercenary work this time?
the only thing I might consider is like a melee weapon, but I mean, what can I get for 1 silver?
We've got 2, but for 1 silver you can get a knife, or a tool, or a staff.
Well, I spent a silver on the cook pot, right? So I only have 1.
You had 3 to start.
Yeah, and I got food and a cook
Oh,
pot.
right. Yeah, you do have 1.
All right. So you said I could get a knife and what else?
Did I put the pot on someone yet? Oh yeah, here we go.
But
Okay. The pot's on Cleo. You said a knife or a staff or a tool. A small tool.
Oh, a knife. What kind of damage does a knife do in melee?
It would do probably a D3. A stone would be like a D2, and your hands would be just like a 1 damage.
All right, I'll get a knife. Or
What
is
if
it
you
just?
have really high strength?
Your strength, yeah, it adds damage, so it's a static damage.
Yeah, I
Doesn't
don't have a
attack.
really high strength, but I think a knife might come in handy as a tool. So I'll
Definitely.
get a I'll get a knife, and now I'm out of silver, so I can't buy food anymore. So starve.
Didn't you already
Alright,
buy the
well,
food?
she already bought food.
we
I'm
should
talking
be
about
fine for
future
today.
adventures. In
Alright,
future
Thieves,
adventures, buy
we
your
can
own
forage,
stuff.
can't we?
Buy your own food, because otherwise you're gonna starve.
yeah.
Yeah, can't we
Um,
like just kind of scavenge?
No.
We can't do
you
that
can
as
spend
thieves.
time doing that if you wish, but it's adding extra risk and all that. Extra days to your adventure.
Mm, true.
Might as well adventure and eat the stuff we kill. So
I mean, I have a longbow. I'm sure we can hunt something.
Dark times. Alright. So, um, it is currently late January of year 11. You stand in the village of Gavelon. It's another campaign week, and you meet up in the tavern as per usual, the Beheaded Swan Tavern. Here you'll find the characters seated among food and drink, but this evening you must finalize your plan. Declare what exactly you plan on doing this adventure, and I'll do my best to guide you as your dungeon master.
Do you guys want to go do like mercenary work and stuff? We can find some.
yeah, if we can find that might work.
Better than the dungeon.
Yeah, because we don't have enough people for the dungeon.
I think in the market they would have something for us.
Most likely. There's probably jobs in like the black market, I guess. Or what's it called? Like
You think we have access to the black markets?
we're all thieves.
Squig, you have yet to change your name.
Oh shit, sorry. Oh fuck. Sorry. Damn it. I'm sorry.
Make
Am
sure
I
to
allowed
capitalize the first letter of your name. A lot of people forget to.
Am I allowed to swear in here? I forgot to ask.
Just be respectful and mature about it, I suppose.
Okay. I changed it.
Alright, so I hear you talking about looking for missionary work this evening. Is that what we want to do tomorrow in the morning? Look for
Yeah.
leads, jobs?
Yes.
Alright then. After a night of drinking and eating, perhaps you'll listen this evening to hear any rumors going around, perhaps potential leads to work, unless you want to wait till morning. The evening in the tavern's quite busy, especially before night. So it's around 7, 8 p.m. and in the evening or night, and there's plenty of other folk around having their own food and drink and chatter, right? Discussion of daily life out here.
Let's ask around.
Let's just listen in and see if we can find jobs then.
Cleo and Yaga have different ideas. Cleo suggests to ask around. Yaga thinks we should just listen.
Yeah, let's ask around then.
Okay. So Cleo and Yaga have agreed that the party should perhaps ask around. Are we doing this as a party, I suppose?
Sure.
Yes.
And Eden, what do you think? You gonna join them?
Yes.
Alright, the three of you get up from your table, and whose table would you like to visit then? There's the bar, there's a few round tables like your own, there's some smaller tables, more private, right, for maybe one person or two. There's a long table for like a large group. There's the fireplace, and most of the patrons either have this evening. There's a large group. Actually, pretty much the entire tavern is occupied this evening. All tables are occupied. So as soon as you get up from your table, soon your table will be cleaned up and someone else will take it.
Mm, let's look for somebody that
Why
looks
don't we?
like a merchant.
Yeah, why don't we split up actually, and I'll go like ask ask around individually so that we can cover more ground.
Alright, Yago suggests you split the party. Everyone alright with this?
Yes.
Okay, so then Ian, where would you like to go? Eden is uncertain. Alright, and Cleo.
Yeah, I'll just follow Cleo.
Okay,
Uh, I would
Gotta split the
search for
party.
somebody that looks like a merchant.
sure. Uh, and Yagar.
I'm gonna go to the bar.
Okay, so Eden, you go up to Cleo and you wait for him. He's looking around for any merchants in the tavern this evening. It's hard to really distinguish peasants from merchants sometimes, especially at this hour at the tavern. Most folks are dressed comfortably. After some looking throughout this turn, you spend about a turn looking around, and you haven't noticed anyone that looks like a merchant or something like that. No one's here trading. If you mean to talk with perhaps the employees or the keepers of the tavern, you can definitely do so. They're the only merchant or business-like characters. And as for Jaeger, throughout this turn, you decide to make your way over to the bar. The bar, you could find that there's a few people at the bar. There's two older men talking over a few drinks, and there's one younger man just enjoying his own meal at the bar.
Can I? I'm gonna talk to the bartender and ask him if he's heard any news on jobs.
And the news on jobs. Uh, I hear a lot of things. What kind of jobs are you looking for?
Anything that pays well.
Hmm. All right. Are you tight on money or something?
Not particularly, but we don't have enough people for the dungeon, and it's just not safe to set out like this.
Oh, you're an adventurer.
Indeed.
Well, let me think. Hmm. Afraid I don't really know anything that could perhaps be of interest to you. If you want to perhaps help out around the farms, they're always looking for people who can help prepare the fields for this oncoming spring. They're digging it up, building fences and such. They could use a few extra hands if you're looking for that kind of work. But
I've
if you're
never
looking for
been
something
a
dangerous and
yeah. I've never
hmm,
been a more honest worker guy. You know what I mean? I've been a more quick money. High risk, high reward.
adventurous, of course. Yeah, I don't know anything adventurous going on around here. Not lately. There's still monsters to the south as per usual, and hunters often will come back day to day, bringing in their game, their kills for rewards. So I would say south of here is free game. Only heads you take back to the village, the proper buyers will pay well for them. The Lord's always looking for the demi-humans. The cleric is looking for undead. Magic is used for monsters, beasts, or strange types and components. And of course us markets, we're looking for actual valuable creatures that could perhaps provide something to us who live here. Get us animals, furs, anything of actual value other than just monsters. That reminds me, a few weeks ago they had a wolf problem at the hamlet north of here. I'm not sure if it's still occurring, but you can definitely check it out.
If we come across it on our travels, we'll definitely look into that. Thank you for telling me.
Of course. And we're gonna go back to Cleo and Eden. After a turn of looking around, right, you did not see any merchants, right? You did see, of course, the employees of the tavern. A few barmaidens, some tavern guards trying to keep the peace, um, and of course, tavern keeper is up at the bar. There's a servant boy cleaning, sweeping around.
Hmm. I guess I'll go to the cleaner.
Okay, you and Eden approach the young man sweeping the tavern this evening. He looks to the two of you, right, patrons of the tavern. And he just nods to both of you, but he doesn't seem to want to speak. He continues to sweep.
Hmm. Uh, hey, do you by any chance know anyone in this bar that is a merchant or
And the boy nods. Yeah, merchants are usually found in the market, I suppose. You could check in the morning.
uh,
It's a bit too late
yeah,
for any merchants
we
to
know
go.
we were hoping we could find someone here, but thank you very much.
He nods and continues to sweep. Alright, we're gonna go back to Yager then. Yager, you're still at the tavern's bar, just sitting at on one of the chairs here. The older men, if you want to listen in, they're talking about um, the weather right now, how bad it's been getting. And the young man, sitting alone, has been watching you carefully for the past 10 minutes.
Can I go and talk to the young man then?
Sure, you start to approach him. He turns and looks away and resumes eating his food. What would you like to say?
Hey, is there something that you wanted to tell me? Can I say that to
I've
him?
seen your type around. You're a petty thief. What are you
I
doing
may
in a place like this?
I may
You're
be
going
a
to get
thief,
yourself in
but
trouble.
I'm not petty.
Asking around for jobs like you're a good worker now.
Sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, just go away.
No, that wasn't me saying it to. That wasn't me saying it to him. That was me asking you, Ethan, to repeat that because I didn't hear what you said.
He said something about who you are, right? Who he thinks you are.
Uh, can I just ask him like why he's been kind of like why he's been like sizing me up?
My uncle was robbed a few weeks ago by people like you. Don't belong in our village. It's not a place for lawless folk. If we catch you, you're gonna lose your hand.
Is that a threat?
It might be.
Hmm. If you have an issue with me and you can prove that I committed a crime, then that's all on you. But if you can't prove it, then don't talk to me.
You came to me. I'm watching you.
That's why I came to you, because you've been watching me.
He keeps eating. Alright, we're gonna go back to Eden and Cleo. The two of you have spent some time walking around. You've talked to the servant. Anything else you wish to try at the tavern? Or anyone else you wish to perhaps speak with?
I'll try to search for Chakra and regroup with him.
You find Jack at the bar talking to a young man, a young fat man, sitting at the bar alone. Alright, you're regrouped as a party.
Can I say something to him real fast?
To your party or to the man?
To the man.
Sure.
You
You
know,
walk
maybe
past
you
him.
would have been. You know, maybe you would have been to help. Maybe you would have been able to help your uncle if you weren't putting on so many pounds.
He mostly ignores it,
Okay, damn it.
but you see he turns red.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not gonna instigate anymore.
Considering what I just saw, I think it's better we head out for your own good, Jagger.
Yeah, let's just go to the market tomorrow then.
Or would you like to rest in the village? There's
Let's.
usually a sanctuary found. The temple houses, sometimes if they're not full, will house homeless. The streets are always open. The countryside is plentiful, right? Um, as long as you're not sleeping in some farmer's fields. So
I would like to try the church or the temple.
it's pretty cold out this day. It's a winter day. You make your way to the temple, and there's a 1 in 6 chance it's not full already. Alright, this evening is quite packed. It'd be hard to sleep here. Many homeless folk from various parts of the world have come here to try to make a life for themselves, but often will find themselves living in the streets. And during the winter months, that's when the temple is quite crowded. Everyone needs to come inside. You try to fit in there, but you realize you're not going to get a good place to sleep. Everywhere is taken up pretty much. There's always a body on the floor this late in the night, right? Most of them are either elderly, disabled, or children or women. So almost every spot's taken. If you're okay with almost sitting and sleeping behind, or sitting down to sleep, but besides some strangers, you can definitely do so. But it's a bit crowded. You know, the only benefit of staying here is it's nice and warm compared to out there.
Can we not stay in the inn?
You could if you've got money, a copper
Shit,
We
piece a
don't
night.
have money.
we don't have money. Um. Yeah, let's. I guess we gotta just try and sleep in the homeless shelter then.
We'll
Alright,
make
you
camp
do your best.
outside.
You want to make camp?
Yes, please.
Yeah, can we?
Alright. A camp would not be as warm perhaps as these stone walls, but at least you're comfortable and free. And it's your own place. You've got privacy. Where would you like to make camp? It would be unlawful to make camp out in the streets in the actual village. You can go out to the countryside to make camp. You can go into some farmers' fields to make camp. Or you can go beyond the village, out into the wilderness to make camp.
Countryside, preferably somewhere we are not on top of the land of a village of farmer.
Sure. You go into one of the village greens or some open country parts, right? That just belongs to the Lord, right? No one really bothers you out here, as long as you're not causing any harm, right? You get some distance and make sure no one's around before you prepare your own fire and set up a camp within the safety of at least the village's outskirts. You're in the outskirts of the village after all. In this kind of world, of course, uh, the fence is kind of different from other medieval lands, of course, because we're on the frontier. Kevlon, of course, the village itself is surrounded by a wooden wall, and beyond it is country, right? They're like farmlands, and after that farmland, there's a stretch of wooden fence that goes around the entirety. But that defense is very low. It's just to keep wild animals out. Of course, if in case of a monster attack such as dragons, people will make their way behind the walls, or try to, of course, flee the village itself. But they have, of course, strongholds built under the village. People will flee into during times of war or crisis. The countryside though is nice and open air. It's not as definitely not as claustrophobic or packed as the temple was. Now here you prepare your campfire. It's cold, but you try your best to keep warm with your cloaks. And the night shall pass. You have your dinner, and after a night eating out here, you lose 1 pound of food each. So we're down to 27 pounds of food. It is now morning of day 1. Day 0 has been.
Can we use the pot to cook it?
It's a bit too late, but next time. You also need a water source, like an open water source to make
Yeah, I forgot
which we do
about that
have.
part.
There's a river that flows through the village. So tonight though, unless otherwise stated, yeah, you okay. We'll say you guys made soup. In that case, you just used 2 pounds of food. You're at 28. Alright, it's the morning of day 1. How would you like to proceed? After some breakfast, we'll say, more soup, you lose 2 pounds of food, you're down to 26 pounds.
Let's go check the market.
Can I discuss with the party real fast?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think we should split up and check different parts of to check different parts of the town. So Silver can go to the, or sorry, uh, Cleo can go to the markets. I can go to like the churches and stuff, and we can go check around for work.
If Eden is okay with it.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're splitting the party 3 ways or 2 ways?
Whatever Eden wants to do. If he wants to split it two or one, two or three.
Alright, Eden. Cleo and Yaga want to split. Do you want to follow either of them or do you want to go on your own?
I'll go with Cleo. I mean, I remain perpetually in favor of just going to the dungeon, but whatever.
Mm-hmm. So, Eden's in favor of going to the dungeon, but the two of you are on board with looking for work in the village. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Eden will follow Cleo around, and Cleo, where do you want to go looking for work?
The marketplace.
I'll go to the markets
Okay, and
place.
Yaga, where would you like to go?
Can I go to like the black market or just kind of like a bazaar kind of area?
That would be found at night. The black
Oh,
market is not really a place; it's like
okay.
an organization, right?
All
So
right.
it's
Yeah. Can I go to like a church or
The temple.
something or other? What's it called? Temple.
sure you can go to the village temple. Eden and Cleo, you make your way back into the village streets, and soon you're standing at the market. It's not as lively as it would be in the summer, and only the necessities are being sold, such as warm food, winter clothing, and equipment and supplies and such.
I would like to head to the more exotic goods like armors in the caravans more specifically.
Is there
Right.
a merchant's guild?
Yeah, there would be.
Yeah, why don't we check there?
So
Okay,
there's a.
sure.
You might look around the village for a merchant's guild hall, where Other merchants will take refuge and discuss with merchants, but you're not a merchant yourself, so you wouldn't be part of the merchant's guild. You wouldn't be allowed in unless you had official business with them.
Okay, so better the market.
You can try to visit. These have a better chance, naturally. They are considered aspiring merchants, right? And tradesmen, so. Eden, would you like to perhaps try to con your way into the Merchants Guild Hall in the village?
Sure, I'll do that. You check the markets. I'll go to the Merchants Guild, and
Okay.
you could always check out the Reeves office. The Reeve of the Shire is the sheriff. That might have some bounties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Alright,
that
so,
sounds like a good idea.
okay, we'll start with Cleo. Cleo, you're walking around the markets in search of a caravan. Eden's going off to the Merchants Guild Hall, and we'll come back to you with your results. We're gonna go see what Yaga is up to. So Yaga, you made your way back into the village with them, but then you quickly split off, of course, and you made your way to the temple.
Mhm.
So soon you're walking up to a temple in the village. It's a stone building. It's not too large. It's only about 30 foot by 30 foot, but it's 2 stories tall.
Okay.
The doors are wide open. Um, you can see people coming in and people going out. Uh, it's a constant flow this morning, right? People in prayer, all that kind of stuff. Daily prayers, or some people just come in to get, advice or help or whatever they might need from the temple, right? There's one monk standing outside, um, waving people or bidding people a good day and blessing them and such, and welcoming people in, right? So as you approach, um, all of these villagers, sickly and such, are all about. Do you still want to go in?
Uh, can I go talk to that monk?
Yeah, the monk at the door.
Yeah.
Yep, you walk up to him. He sees you approach and he's like, "Good morning, young man. Come on in."
Uh, can I ask who's the headmaster here, the head monk?
That would be our village adept and the village priest and the village vicar.
Uh, can you point me in the direction of the village vicar?
He would be in our temple. Um, you would have to wait to visit him. There's a long line. Do you want to get in line to meet with the village vicar?
How big's the line?
It's pretty long. It's about 7 people long. Each person will take maybe 10 to 1 to 6 turns talking with him, getting advice or talking
Oh,
about God and such. Maybe even
fuck, fuck that.
yeah.
Can I ask? Oh, that line's too long. Do you know where the head the village adept is?
It's we'll have a few village adepts within the temple that might be able to help you.
Okay.
Go on in.
I'll, I'll go on in and look for the village adept.
Right, you walk in. Most of the temple consists of acolytes. In the temple, there's about 3 adepts, 2 priests, and 1 vicar. So you try to find an adept. You walk around asking the acolytes for an adept. One adept is providing services for 16 different people.
Oh,
Another adept is providing services for another 8. Most are children. Let's see. And the last adept is providing services for about 3 people. The shortest line. Would you like to go to
okay.
that adept?
Yeah, the one with the lowest line, the one with like the least line, with the
Alright.
3 people.
You walk around and soon you find yourself uh, approaching what looks like one of the adepts. He is seated uh, at one of the benches here. There's a small table, a few candles, and he's talking to a few sickly women. There's 3 of them talking about disease, and they're pleading for his help. They're asking for advice and all that. what they should do. Like to doing his best to pray for them and to tell them what they should do. One lady thinks that her son is not gonna make it. You hear all this chatter, right? They're constantly bickering and talking with this holy man, and he's doing his best to help them. He sees you, of course, but like waves you to the side, right, to wait patiently, perhaps. This should take a while. You wanna wait?
Yeah, I'll just wait.
All right. Each woman takes 26 turns to talk with him, pretty much. It's gonna be maybe a couple hours before you get to talk with him. All right. In the meantime, Eden, you walk around from the market. You make your way to what looks like the Merchants Guild Hall. As you approach it, the Merchants Guild Hall is somewhere in the center of the market, surrounded by or surrounded by, of course, the market itself. So you walk up to the building. It's not a very large one. It's roughly 30 by 60 feet long, wooden building. Um, it has two entry points, large entry points. Both doors are wide open, but both doors have numerous caravan guards or soldiers there, footmen, protecting the building itself. Um, so as you approach, if you're not on official business, they do not allow you through. So you approach the guards. There's we'll say, let me see how many guards there would be. Alright, you see four guards are present, and they all are armed with crossbows and swords, along with daggers.
All right. I approach the guards. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Eden. I represent the interests of three individuals who are interested in potentially guard work on caravans or similar duties. It, and if there's something like that available, we would like to inquire inside.
Alright, quite a great reason. So plus 1, and then what's your charisma?
15.
Okay, plus 2 total. So good reasoning, and let's see. Good talk, or natural charisma of plus 1. Alright, 3 plus 2, 5. They shake their heads. Afraid we cannot let you pass, milady, but you might try the actual caravans out in the market. Smaller caravans or traders are always looking for extra fighting men to guide their journeys back to wherever they come from, wherever they're planning on going. Another guard nods. That would be the best bet. If you're looking for work like that, our markets are definitely looking for guards, especially at this time of the year. Very few guards are willing to protect caravans out in the snow. It gets quite dangerous out there. And the last guard, there's four of them, one doesn't speak, but one mentions, I should let you know, last week there was a dragon sighting to the north, so if any guard caravans require you to go north, I would refuse.
Thank you kindly for your advice.
Okay, and then from here, where would you like to go?
I'll go back to the market and look for caravans.
Alright, in the meantime, we're gonna see what Cleo was doing. Cleo, you were walking around the markets, and who were you looking for again?
Caravan.
A caravan.
One of those that are with the more exotic items like armors and stuff that cannot be produced in this village.
You look for a caravan with armor?
It's something that cannot be produced in here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, of course. So, you walk around for any large or foreign caravans, right? With goods or trade goods that are not easily sold or accessible to a village. And it's not difficult to find, right? Um, you do find a caravan, a Bretonnian caravan. A caravan from Bretonia, right? It's a large caravan with plenty of guards. They look like they're settled here for a while.
Hmm.
Would you like to speak to one of the merchants of this caravan?
Yeah, I'll approach the caravan.
Hmm.
Hello, good sir. Do you by any chance have any need of a mercenary work?
He looks you over. Hmm. I suppose we could use more guards as per usual. Eh, but you have to be outfitted in your own equipment. We don't hire. We're not looking for porters. We're looking for actual men at arms. You'll need your own armor and arms, weapons, so to speak, if you plan to work for us.
Mm-hmm.
We typically also don't hire on a one-on-one basis. We hire mercenary bands.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm. We just. My party just split up so that we can cover more ground easily.
I understand, but again, like I mentioned, if you're planning on being one of our guards, we'll need you to come equipped with your own weapons and armor.
Of course. Thank you for the information.
Of
Uh,
course. Would you be interested in perhaps buying some armor? We have armor and weapons here.
I don't really have enough money for armor at the moment, but thank you for the offer.
Of course, of course. Have a good day, sir.
Goodbye. Uh,
Where would you like to
uh
go from there?
Another caravan?
Find another caravan?
Yeah.
Okay. In the meantime, we'll go back to Jaeger. Jaeger, you were at the temple for a little bit. You were talking to, or you were in line, and it's gonna be almost 2 hours before you get a chance to speak to the adept here. Every time I talk to or go back to Eden or Cleo, that's a turn passing. That's only 10 minutes. So you're not sure how long it's gonna be, but it's gonna be at least a few hours, a couple hours, right, before you get to talk with these acolytes. Do you wish to continue waiting, or would you like to do something else in the meantime?
Um, do I like see the adept?
Yeah, you see the adept. He's conversing with the woman. You can interrupt if you'd like, but that might be rude.
I don't care about being rude anymore. I'll interrupt.
hmm What do you say as they're speaking with the adept?
I'm gonna say, hey, sorry, can I interject for a moment? I just don't have that much time.
The adept looks to you and says, "One moment, please." And the women look to you and like, "Excuse us. We've been waiting to speak with him for days. Our children are sick and cold. They need medicine."
Yeah,
And you
but
can
I
see
need
they're
money to eat food and survive. So I mean, we both have pressing issues here.
the ladies look at you. "We have children. You're a grown man. Wait your turn like everyone else."
Man, fuck your children. I ain't waiting 2 hours for this.
The adept looks to you and says, "Young man, watch your tongue. You're in a temple."
Oh, I apologize, sir.
And like she said, you're going to wait your turn if you wish to speak or get help from us. We are very busy, unfortunately. Winter months are quite pressing for all folks. So, please, a couple hours is not gonna kill you. Have a seat. Alright,
Look, dude, do you have jobs? Like, I can just answer this one question, then I'll get out of your hair. Like, do you have work for me?
no.
All right, then I'm gonna leave.
Okay, you're gonna make your way out from the temple. And then, back to Eden and Cleo. You gotta also keep in mind, the temple's probably asked about work all the time, right? If there's money that they can pass out, donate, they only can donate as much as they get donated, right? So other adventurers that come back rich that donate to the temple, they use that money to, of course, take care of the poor. But there haven't been many good clerics around lately.
The
Alright,
last cleric didn't know how to use spells.
Like, whose fault is that, Ethan?
and then I did remind him, I feel like, at the start of the game.
You did.
um,
Somebody's killing all the clerics.
I wonder what happened.
Alright, in the meantime, back to Eden then. So Eden, you just left the Merchant Guild Hall. Where would you like to go from here? You said you would like to
Yeah,
go
I
to our
was
merchant caravan?
heading back to the market, but I'm really looking for Cleo to be like,
Okay.
we should just go to the dungeon.
Alright, so as you're walking around, you finish, or you see Cleo finish up a conversation with some of the caravans actually that you are approaching in the meantime. And as he's making his way toward another caravan, you're able to regroup with him. Would you like to discuss with him or just kind of tag along? You see he's kind of busy. He's still looking around for merchant caravans, but perhaps you can sway him otherwise.
Yes, I'll relay my message and then tag along.
Hmm. All right. Cleo, Eden has regrouped with you. Would you like to discuss with her or continue looking for a caravan to speak with?
Can I do both?
One at a time, right? If I mean, looking around, I guess you can keep looking and talking with her, I suppose, right? But if you're going to talk to a merchant, you can't really do both at once.
Yeah, I'll be looking around and while talking with her.
All right. What would you guys like to talk about?
All right, I think
So,
that we're unlikely to get the kind of work that we're looking for here, so we should probably go to the dungeon so that we can get something that we can use to equip ourselves while we can get other jobs.
yeah, I was just told by one caravan that they're not looking for porting, they're looking for guards, and for that we need proper armor and weapons.
Right.
Okay. So, as you walk into the markets, a group of scholars approach you. Excuse me, I had noticed that you were speaking with that caravan about guard work. Um, Me and my companions here, we are from Bretonia and we're hoping that you could maybe escort us back to Bretonia. We plan to get there as soon as possible. You see, we're on a trip here um, to do some field work as scholars. We're studying the borderlands here, but we're kind of done with our job, and we lost our last escorts or our guards. So we're hoping that perhaps you could take us back to Bretonia.
How far is that?
It's
Bretonia,
about a day's walk from here if we are fast. Otherwise, it should be 2 days. It is, I think, east, right, Deacon?
I mean, if you have a map, I can't really confirm that. You have to have a map, right? I mean, you might look on the
Nope.
campaign map.
This character does not. He is just going by general knowledge of the world.
Is the campaign map posted somewhere?
Uh,
There is in notes you could find a map, something like a map.
Okay. Well, it sounds doable. Let us confer with our other companion, and we will provide 3 guards for you.
they will also shake their heads, and if it's alright with you, Cleo, they do correct you. Sorry, sir, Bretonia is actually north of here.
Oh, yeah, not
We do
very
know
good with
we do know
directions.
how to get to Bretonia. We are from there, but we just need someone to take us there, escort
Uh,
us and protect us along the road.
yes, of course, yeah. May I ask why your old escort decided to abandon you?
Oh,
Well, we were hoping to get back soon, but they said that they wouldn't take us back until perhaps next week or two. They said that the
Hmm.
roads are getting pretty dangerous. The cold has been killing off a lot of travelers.
Yeah, that's kind of understandable, to be frank.
But you look quite capable. I think you could perhaps protect us.
We'll try our best.
We'd very much appreciate it.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm not finding
if you
that.
would like, you can follow us while we search for our last companion, Jagger.
Sure, sure, of course, that would be perfect. They all start following you around. Alright, so you've got 3 scholars to take care of now.
What is the fee that you're offering?
We don't have much on us at the moment, but when we get back to Bretonia, we'll be able to pay you in full. For now, we can afford perhaps a down payment of 1 silver each. It shouldn't be more than a day's travel.
And what is the final payment?
Uh, It's 2 silver, right, for each of you, 3 total, a month's wage.
Yeah, that sounds like a nice payment for an easy job.
It might not be that easy. We'll see. It
In
costs
the
us two.
meantime,
It cost
mhm,
me a silver for food. Just remember that.
I know. But on the way back, we can get some more work.
We'll see.
And if you're fast, we can do the whole thing in one day and still have time for another job.
all right. In the meantime, Yagar, you've just left the temple. Where are you going from here again?
I'm gonna go search for my party members from a lack of success of doing anything because I haven't found us any jobs.
Hmm.
So I'm probably gonna go to the
As you're
markets
leaving the
again.
temple, you are approached by an old man, and he looks to you and says, "Young man,
Uh, yes, sir. What do you need?
would you perhaps be a hunter? I heard that you were looking for work."
You would be correct on that front, sir. Would do you have work to offer me?
I don't have much to offer you, but I was hoping that perhaps you could bring food back to the temple. A lot of children here, including myself, are quite hungry. They don't have much to feed us. We would very much appreciate a good meal if you could provide.
As in the temple I just left?
He nods. I have this much money I can pay for now. Hopefully this is enough. And he hands you 10 copper pieces. Please, if you wouldn't mind hunting some animals out there.
Um, Respectfully, sir, given the risk I take in my profession, 10 copper pieces just isn't gonna be enough for me.
That's a
Yeah,
silver. You can buy 10 days worth of food with that and give him five.
yeah, that's literally a week's full pay.
That's copper.
Yes, that's
Yeah, but
10
ten
copper, which is
copper
one
is
That's
silver.
one silver, isn't it?
yeah,
Yes,
it's
and that
Oh,
is how
so
much you
I can.
earn in 1 week of work.
Oh
If you
yeah.
can hunt down
Hmm.
some wild game for us, that could feed us a lot more than the grain that
Does
I could perhaps purchase with this copper piece.
does any does any food work? Does it have to be specifically meat or grain
Yes,
or
meat. The children
meat?
haven't had meat in a long time.
Okay.
That is why I'm hoping that you can hunt for us. Of course, there's plenty of food, such as grain in the village, but some of it is going bad and the children are growing weak without meat.
Yeah.
all right.
Can I
Tell him to hold on to his gold
No, no,
or
no.
to
Hold
his
You're
on.
not there,
copper.
Eden.
You're not there.
Sorry, but it's just Yager.
Damn it.
Um, and say, okay, yeah, I'll take the money and I'll go and I'll go get the game. I'll go hunt for you. Can I ask your name so I know who to bring it to?
I just pray that you can bring meat back to the temple. No
Trust
need
me,
to
I can.
hunt what you can for us. I know
Huh?
10 copper might not be a lot, but the temple would be very appreciative if you could bring home some game. This much copper can afford you a new sling if you need one.
Um, I mean, I'll get the food, but I need the money first as a down payment.
He
You know what I
pays
mean?
you 10 coppers. My name is Timon. If you wish to find me again, I'll be here at this temple, helping the children.
You can call me Joshua.
He nods. Have a good day, Joshua.
Hmm.
Good luck out there.
Thank you, Timon.
Alright, you got a free silver piece.
Yeah, we're not bringing him any food, are
Right.
we?
Okay. I'm gonna go and regroup with the party now.
McAfee is.
Oh, I fucking love this character already.
Alright, so back to Cleo and Eden. You were looking around for work, you found something, a few scholars in search of guards, right? And from here you're looking for Yagar.
Yes. So we can
You
head
remember
out.
Yagar spoke of visiting the temple this morning. So you want to make your way to the temple?
Hey, Yager,
Yeah.
did you find anything?
Yeah, I found this silver piece on the ground.
Okay,
You guys meet halfway, pretty much. You find each
that's
other in
pretty
the
good.
streets. Okay, so your party's regrouped. Where would you like to go from here? It's about,
Uh,
it's almost about noon at this point.
are the
I
scholars
think we
with them?
should head out towards the capital.
Begin the travel
Yeah,
to Bretonia.
Yeah.
Leo, go north and bring these guys to where they need to be.
All right.
They
So
were
you're
going to
leaving the
pay us in
village.
advance, right? They were going to
Yep,
pay us
they'll pay
part of
you
it.
one copper or one silver in advance.
Okay,
Okay,
each.
each.
So they knew there were 3 people.
So we got
Professor
Yagar and Cleo.
Egan, how much silver do I have now? Because I just got another silver.
You have two.
Okay.
Eden, you're up to one silver.
I should be up to 2, right? No, 1. Never mind.
All right, let us begin the travels to Bretonia. They'll be leading the way, but you guys will be their escorts, their guards. You'll be traveling north to Bretonia. It's roughly a 12-mile journey. I'll add this to your campaign map.
Pam
Can
pam pararararam, pararam. Pam
can I talk to the
pararararararararara.
scholars?
I'm never going to be able to afford a courser at this rate.
Yeah, can I talk to the scholars real fast?
One moment, I'm drawing your campaign map.
Okay, okay.
What did you say, Eden?
He's drawing the campaign map. Leave him alone.
No, I was asking you. What? Eden, I said, not Iken.
Okay. Can we
What?
discuss the Can we discuss the merits of a courser versus a rouncy?
What is a courser?
A courser is a riding horse. A rouncy is a driving
Oh.
horse.
Oh, okay, I remember now.
Yeah. So a courser goes twice as fast as a rouncy.
Bro,
Eh,
I love Jagger so much already. It's
question, Eden, Jagger, how
yeah.
much equipment, how much is the weight of your equipment in total?
I don't know. You'll have to ask Egan.
Why do you not keep track of your own shit?
I do keep track of my own shit. I just don't keep track of weight. I know I'm a light footman though.
Because
What,
it's tedious. That's why. It's
what
tedious.
about you? What about you, Eden?
I also don't keep track of my shit. It's
Oh, god
tedious.
damn it.
I'm pretty sure I'm light footman. Because I don't have
I'm
much.
definitely unencumbered. So, I mean, the thieves and magic users are always unencumbered. And
I'm
we always
unencumbered
move a
as, I'm
maximum amount.
unencumbered as well.
I fucking love Jagger already. It's so I'm doing this like the most.
Until we're carrying huge amounts of treasure. And then we get attacked by a dragon and we have to leave the treasure because the dragon smells the treasure. That's what's going on.
Remember,
Jagger.
remember when earlier when I was in a temple talking to a mother with a dying kid saying "fuck your children, I need money."
I
Jagger is gonna get
do
arrested at
remember
some
that.
I
point.
know. I promise you. I'm gonna get into like a brawl and kill somebody, and then just get arrested and killed or something
See,
like that.
I remember that. My character does not. So there we
Like,
go.
Ekin would so do that. Ekin would 100% just fucking arrest me.
No, he would let you do stuff to yourself, and then he
Honestly,
would let the
Tried to,
monsters
you know,
arrest you.
last session, I tried to make a good character, you know, a good, lawful character, but no, it was not to be.
so now you're going complete
Full
nine,
evil, well, not
a
evil, just
full
like
108.
asshole, like the real Mick Jagger.
My characters are never evil, but they are frequently chaotic.
At most, you can do as neutral. Law is hard to. Being lawful is hard, right? It's very hard to be lawful.
Yeah.
I have plenty of things that I'm
Becoming a
willing.
man of honor and great respect and fame and all that, whatever, repute, you do not just say you are a man of respect. You kind of have to earn it by giving it to others.
Yeah. That's why playing a cleric is so hard because you can't run away, and you have to run away in this game to live. Also, the armor keeps you from running away.
Banana bread man.
I just got an idea.
It's
A
like
very
when everybody
devious
else fails,
idea.
including the front line, the cleric is the one staying behind and holding the monsters back.
Can I, Ethan, are you still drawing the campaign map?
Yeah.
Are you doing that on
I just got a
tabletop?
very, I just got a very evil and mischievous idea.
I'm drawing it on the camera. Is my camera not on?
It is. He
Yes.
is just not looking.
I'm just not watching it. Yeah, sorry.
I'm looking if that helps.
I'll have to do a screenshot, I guess.
My brain reached the point where
Oh, I'm about to
it's
do.
not enough to be double
Ooh,
working at double speed.
I'm about to do something very evil.
Please don't.
You
At
don't
least
have to do
leave
it.
Cleo out of it.
Cleo will be left out of it. And
She
don't
doesn't
worry,
want any trouble.
there won't be
I
any
got a thief
witnesses.
token for the thieves.
Eee.
Yeah, none of you guys are trying to go good, are you? You're not being good characters, right?
I'm trying to at least not get lawful.
Alright, let us
No,
begin the
not
journey.
lawful. Not
What?
at least not be chaotic.
Uh, you can click.
Alright, saying you're evil doesn't mean you're evil. You have to do actions that are evil
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
evil.
I know, I know. Can I,
Alright,
can I
There's
discuss
no
with these
evil.
scholars?
yeah, there's no evil.
No.
There's just chaotic, which are men of greed. It doesn't mean you're. Chaotics are not outlaws, by the way. They're just badly reputed adventurers, right?
Jagger,
If you become an outlaw,
I'm
you're not
going
gonna be
to
welcome to the
actively stop
village.
you if you try to do what you said.
Hold
You'll
on.
become an outlaw. You'll be the ones with bounties on your heads, right?
Okay.
So,
So, can I
I'm
discuss with
not.
the scholars?
I'm not a thief. I'm a scout. I'm just saying.
alright. So how would we like to proceed? We're gonna just follow the scholars north. They're gonna take you along the river.
Yeah, can I discuss with them real fast though?
Yeah.
Can I ask, what were you guys studying here?
On your way out, you ask about that. They nod and tell you that important things.
Impotent things.
Can I say,
Sure.
Important.
It
you
wouldn't
know,
matter to anyone but us.
well, if it's
Impotent things.
valuable information, I have to know because if, depending on the value, it can put us into more danger than we initially intended.
You're at this point you're just extorting them, Jagger.
I am doing no such thing.
Your friend Yager has already promised to take us. If you don't want to be paid, that's fine.
I am Jaeger.
Oh, sorry, mix the names. Cleo.
I, s- I'm just saying, if I run into issues that weren't disclosed before, you know, could be an issue for both of us.
I just confirmed that they don't need to pay Jagger.
Let's just continue.
I'm not asking for money.
Um,
I'm just saying, like, what were you guys like researching? I'm genuinely curious. I want to know. Was it like magical stuff? Because we've seen a lot of magical shit over in the ruins.
we nobody,
Oh yeah, no, no, never
none of
mind.
us
No,
have been
no,
to
Shit.
the
That's
ruins.
right.
neither
Never
of
mind.
you have been out of town
Scratch
yet.
that.
Oh
Scratch
my
that. I
god.
didn't say that. Scratch that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I'm the only one
Yager,
who's
you
been out of
know a lot of
town.
people who've probably been to the
Oh yeah.
ruins. That's about it.
Oh yeah. Can I say
I'm the only one
well,
who's
you
been
know,
there, and all I saw was
if
snow.
it's you were researching if you're researching magical things, we know a lot of people who've been to the ruins and seen a lot of magical things there, so we can help you out with spots you might want to check out on the way. Can I sip
It's
it too?
not that. It's something else.
Mm.
Let's just Jagger, let's leave this issue alone and continue forth.
Yeah, let's just go. Let's get
The
this over
quicker we
with.
do this,
Get our
quicker
let's
we get paid and so on and so
yeah.
forth.
Let's go and get paid and get this over with, please.
There's three of them, right?
There are
Yes.
Solid.
three of us.
Are you
Two
trying to kill
solid.
them? Does it matter? I mean, come on.
I like how many
They look
scholars
at
are
each
there?
other. I'm sorry, Cleo. I don't think this is gonna work out. I can't trust your friend Jagger here.
Have we already set out?
You're at the gate discussing plans. The guards are nearby and they're about to pass your weapons to you.
Jagger, please quit
Okay,
it.
Alright, I would like to apologize. I'm sorry. I'm just a little bit curious because I don't want to run into something that I wasn't sure of before. Just a little bit worried is all.
So they're gonna pass me my sling because that's all I got in my knife.
Yeah. The scholars at this point they're backing down.
Wait,
Cleo,
I apologize though. Damn it.
we are not going to hire your services if Jagger is coming along.
Ah,
Damn.
Jagger, Jagger, you went to the temple, right? Did you by any chance get any job there?
Well, I may or may not have had an old man ask me to hunt some animals to feed the
Okay,
poor, and he may or may not have
okay,
paid me all the money up front.
okay. Then please, I would very much appreciate it if you went and did that. We'd rather have the job rather than not. So you can do that while we try to finish this.
Um,
I I
all
I
right.
really don't want to
Um,
split us, but
shit.
at this point we need the money.
Yeah. Can I just
Yeah, we
say,
need food for
can I just try to apologize again? Like, hey, I'm sorry, man. You know, I just don't wanna. I don't want to be surprised by like getting robbed or something. You know what I mean?
It's too late, dude. You're not gonna prompt another reaction roll. Let's go.
Yes, they're not certain about it.
Wait, which one was holding the food?
I think that's
Pretty sure.
Jagger.
Yeah.
Give us your
Jagger,
pack.
would you be so kind to hand a bit of the food so we don't starve on the way?
Yeah. I'll give Cleo some of the food. I'll give Cleo. Actually, I'll just give. Can I? I'll keep like a pound. I'll keep like 2 pounds of food for myself and give the rest to Cleo and them.
I mean, Cleo has no way to carry it.
In the pots. The pots I think can carry 30 pounds if I carrying the pot.
I might have some
Hmm.
room in my bag. I only have 8 torches and a tinderbox in there.
Yeah, the pot can carry 30 pounds of food. There's only a total of 26 pounds.
Okay, yeah, I'll carry the food in the pot.
So how much food are you taking?
Uh, we'll leave him with 6 pounds just to make it even, and we'll take 20.
Okay. Alright, so you're forced to leave Jagger behind. The scholars do not feel safe around him. And they're hiring you guys because they want to feel safe.
Yeah, Jager,
Ridiculous ass. I had a fucking
do the
ridiculous
job
ass
for
plan too.
the temple if you have to.
Okay, so Jagger, for the remainder of the adventure, you've been split or fired from the party, right?
I
So,
still have to go hunt animals for the church.
do you want to go out on your own to hunt?
Yeah, I'll go out on my own to hunt animals for the church.
Do you want to follow the party or go later in the day? Or go in a different direction to hunt?
I'll just go in a different direction.
Okay. You want to leave through the north wall or the south wall? They're going north. North are settled lands though, so it's gonna be safer to the north. But if you're hunting in the lowest land, you'll be caught poaching, right? Or considered to be poaching if you're in the
Okay.
lowest land.
So can I go east? Am I allowed to hunt in the east?
If you go three out, if you go out from Gavelon 3 miles out to the side of the east into the plains, the open steppe, then you're fine. If you're hunting within the territory of Gavelon, within a few miles of Gavelon, that's considered you could be considered poaching.
Okay, I'll go east then. To the plains.
All right, you're going out east and they're going out north. Okay, let's split this party.
That sucks. I had a devious ass plan too.
And you failed it before you even left.
I know. I should have waited. Damn. My plan was
A
that
hunter must be patient.
I was gonna try and like rob them, kill them, take all their stuff, sell their gear, and like take the bodies, butcher the meat, and then give that to the old man from the church.
So basically, you're confirming all their fears.
Yeah. I don't say this by the way. This is me like metagaming. Like
If you had done that, I would have straight up fired you from the party.
I know. It was a fucking damn good plan too, because I would have gotten rid of all the evidence. We would have made the money.
Alright,
We would have
we'll
taken
take
the
a
money.
small break then. We haven't taken any breaks yet. So take a 5 minute break. And keep in mind, when you do roleplay while we're playing the game, you guys have to discuss. So you're discussing these things before you leave. Alright, take your breaks. I'll see you in 5.
Okay.
I like to think of my character as like kind of like a twitchy, almost like crazy dude, who's just an asshole to everybody.
You are. At this point, you are.
Yeah, we perceive you
Dude,
that
that
way.
that was that was a damn good plan too. Like, come on, would that not have fucking worked well? Like, we butcher the bodies so that way the bodies are gone, right? And like, we just give it to the church so that way we can feed the children, you know. So we're doing a good deed, you know. So then that cancels it out.
It does not. That's not
It
how
does.
reality works.
That is absolutely how morality works.
I said reality, not morality.
Same thing.
I would also say that normally for every bad deed you have to do good to redeem yourself at least.
Well,
At
yeah, well,
least
I'm
two.
feeding like 8 children, so that's like 8 individual good deeds. I might just rob someone, honestly, like for real. Also, we're thieves. We're not meant to be good people. We are all
Not
criminals.
necessarily.
Exactly. I'm gonna have a strict moral code, but I'm not gonna tell anyone what my moral code is.
Thieves can be scouts. They don't have to be like cutthroats.
They don't have to be monsters.
They can be like military scouts.
I like to think of my character as like almost like a crackhead, but with like tons of face tats and stuff, but also super crazy and shit, but also an asshole. So my plan is, if I do find someone to rob, I'm just gonna, you know, if I do find someone just like out on like the plains, I'm going to kill him, rob him, and take his meat and say that it's deer meat. Because no one will know except for me. So
Dude,
technically, you can't fire me.
dude, at this point, the moment you give us a reason to do it, we'll do it.
I will be. I will avoid it. You won't get. You won't get a single reason. I'm going to be very good at my job of not getting fired.
From existence.
Yeah. I mean, think about it though. Money wise, that was a good plan though. Like, think about it. We would have taken the money from the original deal, right? Probably even, maybe even some more money actually. Matter of fact, not only that, we take their gear, and then to get rid of the evidence of our misdoings, we give the meat to the church, like the butchered bodies. It's the perfect crime.
Isn't mine is too innocent.
Who's too innocent?
Yours.
My
Very.
character?
You just say you're not truly free until you have face tats. I have two myself.
What, as your character, or do you deadass have face tats?
I deadass have face tats.
What do your face tats say?
They're tattooed.
It better not be some stupid shit.
They're eyebrows.
What do they say?
No, they're eyebrows.
You have tattooed eyebrows?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
I do.
I don't believe you. There's no way.
Yeah. I have like permanent makeup eyebrows.
Bullshit.
Nope. They need to be redone though. They're kind of old. They need to be redone.
There's no way in hell that you have that. I'm sorry.
Why do you find that unbelievable?
I feel like a lot of actresses did that back then.
Yeah. There's no way.
I've
You're
had it
lying
done
to me.
twice. I need to get it a third time.
Dude, you're lying to me. This is not.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
There's no possible way that you have tattooed eyebrows.
I do.
Prove it.
How?
Show me your tatted eyebrows.
No.
Exactly. You don't have tatted eyebrows.
I
There's
do.
No, she doesn't want to show her face.
I don't want to show my face. It's just that simple.
There's no physical way that you have tattooed eyebrows.
Why is that so hard to believe? Oh my god. It's ridiculous.
Because it sounds kind of ridiculous to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of extreme.
No person.
Is
in
it?
their
Is
right-
it that extreme? I
no
mean,
person in their
I live
right
in
mind
America.
would
I said
Permanent
kinda.
makeup.
I said
Permanent
kinda,
makeup is
not
common
entirely.
here. Permanent makeup is very common here. I don't know why you think that's weird.
Where are you at?
In Texas.
Bullshit.
I'm
No
in
shot.
Texas.
You deadass have permanent makeup in Texas.
Yeah.
No.
Somehow that makes it a bit more less believable.
You're lying to me right now.
I'm not.
You're fooling me.
No.
Yes.
No.
You are not a real person.
Squid.
I'm an AI. I'm an AI with permanent eyebrows.
Squids, you are not a real person.
Dude, come on. You have to hear what I'm saying here. Like, permanent eyebrows in Texas?
Yes.
In Texas.
We have cities here. I'm just saying.
No way.
Okay, whatever.
So, we're continuing? Apologies for the delay, Icon.
No, we
Okay.
were on break.
Alright. Hopefully that was enough time for y'all.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let us begin the journey to the north. Travel. We have one going out to the east. We'll begin with those traveling north with the Via Scholars. Your travel rate is 12 miles a day. Along the river, the travel will be normal rate, but there's a road that leads to Ratonia when you get to the crossing, the river's crossing. Throughout the day's travel, all is well. It's a normal winter day. The weather's not bad. Um, Navigation goes well, and there are no signs of a wandering monster out here. As for
Perfect.
Thief, who journeyed off to the east, you travel into the eastern grasslands east of Gavilon, roughly 3 miles out or a league out, and you begin your hunt. So as you hunt, do you plan to be stationary, or do you want to roam the land in search of game?
Roam the land in search of game.
Alright, in that case, you are traveling. You're just kind of. Are you just traveling in one direction, or are you just like scouring the area,
It's kind of like
walking in
scouring, you know.
circles? Alright, you're patrolling, you're scouring the land here. Just this 3 mile grid. As you'll do this throughout the day. Within 8 hours, you might be able to spot game. Um, there's might be a chance of wandering monsters, and let's see. You've got a missile weapon, so you're good. Um, so we'll do a spot game check, like search for wandering monsters. If no major wandering monsters, you'll actually. This area has animals, so you within a day you might actually find some small game at the very least. So throughout the day, as you hunt for 8 hours, I'll get back to you with your results once these guys get to Bredonia. So these guys, with the day's journey to Bredonia, along the road here, you move 50% faster. So again, it takes you 3 miles to get to the crossing, and then this is another 4 mile or 9 mile travel here, but that's gonna be 4.5 if you use the road. So a total of a 7.5 hour or 7.5 mile journey, and you can travel 12 miles in a day. So that's gonna take you a little over half the day. So it's around 4.5 hours later since you left the village. You left the village around noon after lunch. I should knock off food for lunch. You have
Yes.
18 pounds of food, and then the lone hunter has 5 pounds of food after lunch. Alright, one moment. I don't even know what to play now. Okay, so you will make it to Bredonia at around. So it was 4.5 hours later. So it won't be until about 16 or little after 4 in the afternoon when you make it into uh, the hamlets or the surrounding or the outskirts of Bredonia. The outskirts consist of surrounding hamlets among farmlands that are protected by fence at the very least. Beyond that point, you'll be moving through the few villages that surround the outer walls, which surround the towns that make up the city. A few towns make up the city, and many villages make up the town outside the outer walls. So, first again, right after a few parts of countryside, you pass through a range of fences, then through some hamlets, and then you'll come to the first outer wall. It's a wooden palisade that's open to you, leading you into the villages that surround the town walls, which are stone, 10 feet tall. And then from there, you make your way to the actual town, the city, right? And this is where they'll be dropped off. So, beyond the city walls where you leave your if you make it to the stone walls, that's when you've got to leave your gear behind, pretty much. The villages, you can walk freely, but once you get into the actual city, um, as long as your weapons are stowed, you can walk around with them. But if you have like large weapons, for example, they will take that at the gate. Um,
I
okay,
have a
so
bow and a dagger, so I should be fine.
all right, they'll take your bow, um, but the dagger you can keep on your belt. as a self-defense in the city. The city's crime is pretty high. It's a city after all, a citadel. They try their best to enforce strict law, but there's just too many people, of course. So every now and then, crime will happen, right? They do their best to mitigate it by, of course, locking your weapons away um, as you enter. Any large weapons, at the very least. You're allowed to keep small arms on you as long as you don't openly carry. Only in case of self-defense, you'll take them out, right? Okay. But for the most part, the city watch will take care of any crime or any danger, right? Just find them, they'll be patrolling the streets. Alright, when you enter the city walls, this place has lots to offer. The city is bigger than you've imagined, perhaps you've never been here before, and in that case, this is the citadel of the kingdom, the capital of Bretonia. Besides the villages, within the town of the city itself, right? They've got all kind of market and trade here, and all kinds of activities, and perhaps even some attractions that you might want to enjoy. As you make your way through the streets, early in the day, they don't have as much attractions, but they have like more light-hearted ones. You'll see like festivities occurring, right? Children playing in different areas, but the main thing that might catch your attention is daily tournaments held at the Coliseum. And then they've got some jousting going on. It's not a tournament there, it's just practice and all that. For thieves, what might interest you is, or tradesmen, there's all kinds of trade going on. Markets, crafting, right, openly displayed. Tons of market stalls in the streets. For magic users, they've got a wizard tower here, right, standing tall and proud over the rest of the settlement. And then for clerics, of course, they've got an actual like cathedral besides all the smaller temples in the villages and the towns. But they've got an actual like massive church here, right, a temple. um,
where do we leave the scholars?
as soon as you reach the town walls, that's when they depart. They tell you that you've done well to take them here. You know the day's come to an end. You're pretty tired, and they lead you to one of their homes. When you get there, um, you wait outside for a little bit as one of them goes in to grab some money, and they come back out with a few silver pieces, which they pass out to the two of you, two each.
Okay, thank you. Give me a second, I need to take a call.
Hmm. So you're paid your silver, and from here you can do whatever you like. But before we continue, we're gonna go see how our hunter is holding up. So hunter, you hunted for the first part of the day. Let's see if you were successful or not. We're gonna roll for wild game, if any. Alright, not a chance. And we're gonna roll for wandering monsters.
No. God damn it.
Alright, we are east of the village Gavilon in grasslands. As your character scours the land for a game, you come across a sign of perhaps a monster out here. Let's see what kind we've got.
Okay, I'm back. Apologies for having to go for a second.
All good.
I
So it looks like
Yeah.
our thief here, Yaga the apprentice, has come across signs of a monster out in the plains. Not exactly what he was looking for.
yeah, this is probably a bad idea, but is it like tracks?
We're finding out. Right. Number 4. Out in the open steppe, covered in snow or tundra, right? Something flies in your direction. Numerous feathered beasts, massive feathered beasts, fly down in your direction. Minor roll the reaction to you. Hostile, right?
Damn it.
They're flying at an incredible speed. How would you like to? You're out in the open, just open grasslands, covered in snow. What would you like to do? Take aim and fire or run? It's up to you.
Take aim and fire.
Alright, let's see how many there are. I'm going to roll for this as well. They're swooping down toward you. There's a total of 2 of them. They are as big as a great dog. They're flying down in your direction. You take aim and fire upon them. Let's see if you hit or not. They fly at the rate of 450 feet in 10 seconds. Extremely fast. They're swooping down at an immense rate, right? Within 10 seconds, they're closing that distance. They come down like a missile from the sky, right? How you noticed them at first is because the sun got dark for a second. The sky grew dark over you as they flew down from the clouds onto your character. An 18 hit, you want to hit with 1 arrow into one, despite the long range. Did you want to wait till they were closer, until they were in close range before you fired? It doesn't matter. You already hit.
Yeah.
All right. And before you know it, they are crashing down onto you, or swooping into you. But your arrow at least hits. You have a bow and arrow, right?
Longbow.
Longbow. Alright, good choice. 1 damage. You land 1 damage to one of the 2 massive birds.
God.
Let's see how strong this one is. They appear to be giant hawks of the plains. They are famed beasts. You've heard of these beasts. In the world of Dungeons and Dragons, there are those who may ride hawks, and they're one of the most powerful winged beasts known to man that you can tame. But these ones are hostile. Alright, let's see if they kill you or not. The first one swoops down with its talons and attacks you. A 4. It shoots right over you, misses. It's a 4 plus 3, 7 a hit. Missed. The second one comes down on you. 7 plus 4, 11. You have an armor class of 9. What's your dexterity?
13.
An armor class of 8 with an 11. That's just on the dot. Just enough to hit you. You take 5 points of damage.
Bro, that kills me.
How many hit points did you have?
2.
You're 0 of 2, making a saving throw versus death. Not 20.
Yes.
You're still alive. Instead of dying outright, what ends up happening is the bird manages to scratch you pretty badly, and I'm gonna roll to see how severe of the wound it is. I shoot down to slice you open. It ends up ripping into your collar, your collarbone. It's torn open. You've got a torn shoulder at this point. This is gonna be your right side. They are tactical. Now you cannot use a weapon. And if you use your offhand, it's a -1 penalty. So your right shoulder is torn. You're wounded. You're bleeding from your shoulder. Blood spurts. You grab the wound and apply pressure to slow it down, but they're coming right back around. You can't aim with your bow anymore because your arm is bleeding, right? What's your move from here? You're like a mouse in the field.
Can I just... Fuck it, can I try and run?
You start running. That might be exactly what they want. You're easier to see now. You're running, they're swooping down onto you. A free attack to them. You're running as fast as you can. But they are far faster than you. There's no getting away. The hawks take you down.
And they kill me?
14 plus 3, 17. 4 plus 7. You dodge another at least. But the second one hits you again. You got 1 of 2 hit points. Let's see if you survive. 14. You're still hanging in there. This time, the bird will tear off your left arm.
Damn.
You fall over on the ground. Your left forearm was ripped off. It's not completely torn, just one part of it is off now, right? You're spurting from your left arm now. Your right shoulder is disabled. You get back on your feet and start trudging on, or something else.
Can
It's a
I
long
try
way
and,
back to Gevelong.
Wait, are they still attacking me?
They're coming back around, yeah. They're swooping right back around.
Okay, I'm gonna try and bury myself in the snow and hide.
Alright, you get down into the snow and you try to move your right hand, but your shoulder is dislocated, right? It's torn, and you have very little effort, or there's very little effort being done. You've tried to put all effort you can, but not much is happening, right? Because your arm is, as you move your arm, more blood spurts from it, and you try to kick the snow, but as you're in the middle of doing this, they come back down for another attack. And you're hit again by, this time it's both of them. They both, one of them hits you. Let's see if you survive it. That one kills you. So this time a talon goes right through your skull as the other one grabs at you and starts to lift you from the ground. The other one swoops back around, helps pick you up. They can only carry up to halfling size, but together they might be able to at least tear you apart to a small enough size where they can carry you off, or at least parts of you off, to their nest. But that is the end of your tale. Yago dies alone in the steppe.
Damn, that's some divine retribution shit right there. Like, damn.
The game is over for you. So for the remainder of the game, you can of course spectate, see how the others hold up. Otherwise, thank you for playing, and until next time, have a good night.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Alright, death by giant hawks. Let's see. Back in the citadel, the two of you made it to Bretonia, and you've gotten paid. That was 2 silver to each of you. A little bit of profit. Low risk, low rewards.
Well, so what now?
Let's see if we can find another job going back to where we came from. Meet up with Jagger.
Yeah, but I'm asking, should we wait for the night or?
It's up to you. I mean, I'm good for camping outside. I don't want to spend money on an inn though.
Mm, yeah, let's take a break for tonight. In the morning we'll get the you get some kind of return job.
Alright. So we'll rest up here in the city then. A place at the inn, a public room, is 1 silver. It's not a very accommodating place though. To get a normal room that you might expect in like the villages, right, would be 2 silver, or 2 copper, I mean, within the city itself, if you want to rest in the city.
Yeah, we'll rest outside the city.
Alright, starting the city, or the surrounding villages and hamlets. Would you like to find a place to rest there instead?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
within the surrounding villages, it's a bit more accommodating, but this is where the poor folk reside. So you are able to find a, common room for 1 copper, and a private room for 2 coppers.
No, we're gonna go outside and camp. We're not gonna.
Oh, camp, save money. Alright, so you build a fire out in the countryside, further out of the outskirts where it's allowed, and soon, where it's quiet and somewhat isolated from the rest of the settlement, you get a camp going. You rest under the stars on the outskirts of the citadel. Alright, let's see if you approach that night. It's evening hours, and you're out in the outskirts when a band of humans approach, humanoids.
Run away! Run away!
You want to abandon camp and run?
Yes.
Okay, you immediately, as soon as you see the first of them approach, You take off running. It could be guards. It could be
I
brigands.
will. I will stay. Be wary,
You will
but
stay.
stay.
Very well. Okay, this is in the cities. I shall roll a city encounter. Alright. It is a single man. It's a knight. Looks like a hedge knight. He approaches in heavy armor.
Hello, sir. May I ask
Hello,
what?
bandit.
I, I'm not a bandit.
What are you doing out here
Well, don't
this
really
late
have
in the
much
evening?
money, and so the best option was either this or in the complete cold.
Lawless fugitives on my grounds, huh?
Uh,
Who said you could camp here?
I
Eden,
apologize.
in the meantime, you
I
ran
did
off
not
into the...
know that we were not allowed to come here.
Hmm. I'm not feeling entirely murderous today. Give me a reason not to kill you.
Um, if you don't kill me, I'll get out of your hair and just get on my way, not causing any more trouble for you. Hopefully.
You're already wasting some of my time. Time is money. How much do you have?
I I don't think I have money, like I already said. That's kind of the reason why I'm out here and not in an inn.
Hmm. Your head would do just fine.
Uh,
Looks like an outlaw's face.
it I'll have to disappoint you, but it is not.
In the meantime, Eden, you've disappeared off into the tall grass. Um, it's covered in snow and ice. It's all dead crops and such, right? Or frozen crop. You can hear this happening. Do you want to keep sprinting? Or do you want to listen and wait with your mate?
I will keep sprinting.
Okay, you're gone. It's up to you, Cleo, to get out of this on your own.
How close to me is he?
10 feet.
Hmm. I
With
should be
one swing of my sword, I can cut you down, you know. Wouldn't be difficult.
Yeah,
So again, I'll ask you one more time, little thief. How much money do you have to offer?
I don't have money to offer.
Well, that's too bad. He raises his sword and charges you. How do you do, or how do you react? You want to
I'll back
run?
out. I'll back away.
Alright, we're gonna roll initiative. He is slower than you. But if you have initiative, you'll be able to disengage and run off into the fields. Which color die do you want for your initiative that you pick?
Yellow.
Okay, he'll be red. You're faster than he is. You easily take off. You little cowards! Come back, you thief! Right, he yells off as you run off into the distance. Alright, you don't know where Eden went, but you know which direction she ran. Eden, which direction did you want to run? Again, you are south of the city, so the knight came from the north, from the city.
He did not come from the north.
He came from the north, so you ran south, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay. I ran
So
south.
Cleo, do you want to run after Eden? Her footprints are in the snow.
Yeah, I'll go after her.
Alright. You eventually track her down, and Eden ran as long as she could before she tired, of course. You can run up to, I think, 30 rounds at full speed, which is about 300 seconds or something like that. Maybe half a turn. I can't remember exactly, but there's a certain amount of time you can run for all, but without resting. And she did that. You eventually catch her and you find her resting, trying to catch her breath. That man might be after you still. The snow allows him to track you down quite easily.
Hey, you see any branches here?
What?
You see any branches? Anything that we can use to push out the snow so that we cover our steps a bit?
Sure. There's a branch. Go ahead and grab it.
Uh, Iken, I'll take the nearest branch and I will start heading in a random direction that is not the direction I came from, and I will be wiping my steps and hopefully Eden steps as well.
Alright, it's a long and slow process. At this rate, you think he could even catch up to you. Do you want to continue trying to cover up your tracks as you leave the area?
I hope that I can do it faster than he can catch up to the.
Because in reality, imagine using a stick, shuffling snow around. You might cover up your tracks, but then now you're leaving still another sign. All the snow is kind of pushed around, right?
Uh,
If it was snowing actively, then you might be able to get away with it. But it's not actively snowing, it's no storm.
uh,
It's a calm winter day, winter evening.
so it isn't
Safety
doing much.
lies within the settlement. You guys are on the outskirts, right, where lawlessness can occur. You have your weapons again, of course.
Maybe we can head to the forest.
You want to leave the city, or you want to find somewhere else to rest? Keep in mind your characters are quite tired. They've been working all day. They're at a -1 for that.
Eden,
If you're
what do you
forced to.
say? Do we go to the forest or to the city?
Well, as soon as I catch my breath, I'm just gonna keep going.
Make our way back to hometown.
Yeah.
What do you think? Um,
Sure. Yeah.
Cleo. Cut our losses, make our way back home.
Yeah.
Cities are a bit too dangerous sometimes.
We don't
Big
need
place.
no big city trouble.
Exactly. Alright, let's march home. Do you guys want to just find a place to rest for the night? Or do you want to march on through the night? Try to escape this lone night.
March through the night until we reach a place that we can get to that he cannot. Like, let's say we find a suitable tree to rest, we can climb up it. He won't be able to.
Right. You journey out from Patonia, you leave, you force march your team into the forested hills south of here. And then it's there you'll take refuge. Out here, you will likely not actually, you know, mix well, but it's cold out here. You'll need to build a fire or you'll freeze to death.
All
Is that
right.
Let,
alright with you?
let's
Yeah,
gather a bit of wood and start a fire. Yeah.
exactly.
We are encamped, so it'd be a it'd be really unlikely for him to follow you out here, but if he was really keen on it, he might have done so. However, you guys have a good chance to just flee him again. He's slow. So, um, you prepare your camp, you get a fire going. The day in the city was a little rough. You were trying to just have a calm night on the outskirts. And it was pretty nice out there, uh, so not against the city itself. The outskirts of the city was a beautiful sight. You gotta be in the open farmlands. There's fresh air out from the actual city walls or from within it. But then the city looks really beautiful from a distance, right? All the lights flickering and such. Now you're a few miles out from it again, in the forest hills, camping it with your own fire. As the night passes on, you get your rest. 2 rolls are made, so you choose to rest in the wilderness. The night passes uneventfully. In the morning, or thankfully of course, in the morning, you have had your breakfast as well. I've also got to count your dinner. Didn't count your dinner. So we're currently sitting at 20. Did you guys want to make stew? Right.
Yeah.
We're sitting at a total of 26 pounds of food left then. Or I meant 16 pounds of food left. Okay, we're at 16. Plenty of food. Let's begin the march home back to Kevlon. Just 2 of you know. Another day of travel. The travel to Kevlon was uneventful. I said there were dragons out here, they said there are monsters, but these are settled lands, and mostly well maintained. Nothing occurs on your way back. When you get back to Kevlon, you have no idea where Jagger went, you fired him after all, so it would be really hard to find him again, naturally. Your party's gonna split over a day, and you didn't schedule a rendezvous point or a date to meet up again. So he was just pretty much disbanded from your party. Back in Gavelon though, looks like how much time do we got left? We started this game at what was it 8 o'clock? It's about 11, so we're about only 2 hours in. We made some progress, but easy missions, so it goes by pretty quick. And we still got a lot of time though. We'll take another break then as you make your way into town. And then if you guys want to take on another small job, definitely could before we end the night. Otherwise, if you want to actually make some major progress, you might try high risk, high reward, another dungeon. Ask about ruins and such. You do know that Zavolta is not the only dungeon in the area, it's just the one that's popular campaigned against. But there are other ones that I think there are at least 2 local ones from Gevlon that you can visit, 2 other local ones. I think one is, I mentioned a while back to y'all, it's a cavern, Nandrik, rumored dragon to have been layered there, but it's been many years past. Another one is in the swamps to the southwest, on the coast. Um, but it's up to y'all. Or, I think it's not, I don't think that one's a cavern on the coast, it's a temple ruin. It's in the swamps. There should be a undead in the swamps, you guys heard about it. So there was undead sightings in the swamps though, so that one's a little dangerous. If you plan to go to the temple ruins. Alright, come back in 5 minutes.
Okay. Hmm.
Alright. Hello. Hopefully that was a long enough break for y'all.
Hola.
Yeah, that almost.
Alright. You almost fell asleep. Alright. Uh, shall we resume? What do you guys think? We've got an hour left, I think. Because we started at 8. Did we start at 8?
It's been 3 hours. Well,
Yeah, it's been 3 hours.
2.5 hours since we started.
So, do you guys want to wrap it up here, or do you guys want to try one more mission?
I'm in favor of wrapping it up. I don't think we have time to do anything. We certainly can't go to the dungeon in half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I've been trying to. I haven't actually been in the dungeon in a while, unfortunately. Every game, you guys have decided against it, or I think the one time we did try to go there, we utterly failed to even get inside.
Yeah.
No, the weather didn't allow it.
We either don't have the
Yeah.
gear to do so, or we were unlucky.
Yeah, and there's not a whole
Alright.
lot that just the two of us can do. I mean, we can look for our companion, but we're not going to
Yeah,
find.
he's gone.
So, that would probably take
Party's
the rest of our time doing that.
Yeah.
And we would just die.
It was good. We'll wrap it here. So, good work. We did get a little bit of profits. Yaga ended up a casualty. He was never to be seen again. Anywhere in the village, anywhere you ask, no one would have seen him. And then
He will be
should
missed.
Perhaps so. Alright. That'll wrap it up for tonight. Thank you both for playing D&D with me tonight. Hope you had fun as usual, and I hope to see you at the next one. Have a good night.
All right, thanks.
Question, how much silver did we get out of it so I can record it?
I'm tracking that Eden currently is carrying 3 pieces, and Cleo has 3 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. But yeah, that was fun. Thanks for playing.
Good
Have a
night.
good night.